So tonight I'm cooking another locally inspired dish from my time in Rome, which is going to be carbonara with obviously guanciale in this one, and I love it and it's going to be so good. The first mouthful of carbonara I had at Ruscioli here in Rome blew my mind in terms of what carbonara was and what was a good carbonara. And since I've been trying to replicate at home, I think I've done a pretty good job. So this is just for my carbonara. So I've got my pasta, 2 different cheeses, pecorino and parmesan, some guanciale and pepper, some eggs. So this is a locally inspired and it's going to be carbonara. So it's one that's probably the most talked about and my favourite probably Italian dish, or Roman dish I should say, since we've been here in Rome. And I'm going to just go ahead now and chop up my guanciale. Beautiful. Guanciale, which is honestly one of my favourite ingredients here in Rome. I love it. I've been trying to use it as much as I can in my alla matricana, which I did, which you can see as well. But yeah, I love it. So you don't need any oil, just add it straight to the pan. It's going to cook in its own fats. Looking pretty good. Just as they're starting to look their crispiest, take them off and just set them aside, and all that fat just into a bowl, because we're going to use all that later. Salted water up to a boil. So for 2 people I've got about 250 grams, so just half a packet of pasta. Right, so while that's going, I'm just going to start to make my sauce. I've basically got my 2 eggs here, and I'm going to be using the yolks of both, and basically about a yolk and around the quarter mark of the white, but a little bit more, a little bit less, that's fine, but the yolk is the main thing. Yeah, so not even, I've basically just got, can't really see that well, they're slippery little buggers, but I basically got the 2 full yolks, and as you saw, I basically just cracked them and let it drain for a minute and then put whatever was left back in. So I've got probably not a quarter, just a bit of white of each egg in there. Just combine them. Basically with the eggs, all we're doing is adding some, for now anyway, just adding the 2 cheeses, so probably about a handful of pecorino and a handful of parmesan. So for this part, literally just a handful of each type of cheese. Just combine it. At this stage as well, you can just add some pepper too. I like quite a bit of pepper, so just some pepper in there. Literally just rest there for a moment. Alright, so my pasta's all ready to go, so I'm just going to quickly add this guanciale mix, just cool down a bit. So you don't need all the oil, but you're going to have some, so you don't need to drain it as much as you might if you didn't want that oil. It's delicious, that oil. So just put all the guanciale into the mixture, and all up probably about a tablespoon, I guess, of the oil. Just give that a good old mix, and then we just simply add our pasta. And we're going to end up adding a bit of pasta water anyway, so once again, don't worry too much about draining the pasta. It's more just so you don't get water all over your table. Casualty, I have lost a spaghetti. Once again, probably just a tablespoon all up of pasta water. Get a bit better. It smells so good. Tiny bit more of that guanciale oil. Tiny bit more pasta water. Yum. Look at that, people. That is really, it's looking good. I don't know if you can see that. My cameramanship might not be the best, but it's really creamy, and there's a bit of a, I guess, residual sauce that's sticking to all the pasta into the pan. And one of my best, I'm happy with that. So there you have it, my locally inspired carbonara, and I've just had a little cheeky taste over here, and beautiful. This is definitely the best one that I've cooked. I've cooked a couple of good ones, but this is, I really enjoyed this one, and I'm going to enjoy eating it too. All it needs now is a little, another little dosing of some of the cheese. Beautiful.